Transfer test questions. Past paper questions. This video will specifically look at angles, degrees and turns. I am facing east. Through how many degrees must I turn clockwise to face northwest? Well, I would encourage you to draw yourself a little compass. North, east, south, west. North, east, southeast, southwest, northwest. We are told that I am facing east. And I'm going to turn clockwise to face northwest. So the direction of the clock moves. We have to work out the size of that angle between the east and northwest. So this first angle is 90 degrees. We've got another 90 degree angle, and then we've got half of 90 degrees, which is 45. So if we can put in all of those details, we've got 90 degrees, got another 90, and we've got a 45 degree angle. Our final step is to then add all of those numbers. So 90 and 90 is 180, plus 45. 5 and 0 is 5, 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 1 is 2. My answer is 225 degrees. Look at the two triangles below. The triangle ABC is an isosceles. So this angle on my left is an isosceles. The sides AB and AC are the same length. So we know that this side is the same length as this side, which then means that this angle X is the same over here. And the triangle DEF is an equilateral. So this triangle on our right is an equilateral, meaning all the angles are going to be the same size, so they're all the same size as Y. How many degrees is angle X greater than Y? So we've got to work out the size of angle X and Y and find out the difference. Well, a triangle contains 180 degrees. So I take my 180 and I subtract the 38 degrees that we're given. Do a little bit of exchange. 10 take away 8 is 2, 7 take away 3 is 4, and then 1. So this 142 degrees is split between these X angles. So I have to then divide it by 2. So 142 divided by 2. So 2 into 14 is 7, 2 into 1, 2 into 2 goes once, so 71 degrees for X. X is 71 degrees. Then we have to work out the angle Y. So again, 180 in total. And there are 3 of them. They've been split evenly. So each of those Y angles is 60 degrees. So then we've got 71, take away 60. The difference between the two angles is 11 degrees. Look at the triangles below. Okay, we have an angle on our left with X missing, and we've got an angle on the right with Y missing. What number do you get when you add X and Y? Okay, well, we've got to work out X first. So as we mentioned before, the total number of degrees in the triangle is 180. And we have to take away the 2 that we have. We've got 110 and 29. 110 plus the 29 brings me up to 139. We take that away from 180. 10 take away 9 is 1, 7 take away 3 is 4, 1 take away 1 is 0. So we now know that X is 41 degrees. Triangle on the right, we're given 50 degree angle, and we know that this is a 90 degree angle. So it's 180. Take away what we know. 50 plus 90 is 140. 180 take away 140 is 40 degrees. So we now know that Y is 40 degrees. And the final step is to add X and Y. So it's just 41 plus 40, giving us a total of 81 degrees. Look at the clock face below. The hands of the clock show that the time is 7 o'clock. What is the value of the obtuse angle between the hands? Write your answer in the space below. Well, an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. So we are interested in this angle between the hands of the clock. Okay, so if we look first at this angle, so we've got a 90 degree angle that has been split into 3. So it's 90 degrees split into 3, so we've got 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 30 degrees. So the size of the angle between the numbers is 30 degrees. Now we can look at the red angle that we need to figure out the answer of. So let me change the colour. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. 5 30s, which is 150 degrees, which is your answer. Look at the quadrilateral below. So we've got a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape. We're given 3 of the angles with S unknown. The angles of the quadrilateral are 98, 143, 72 and S. Work out the size of angle S. Well, within a quadrilateral, the angles will add up to 360. So we've got to add the 3 that we know and take it away from 360. So 143 plus 98 plus 72. 2, 8 and 3 is 13, 1 over. 9, 1 is 10, plus the 7 is 17, plus 4, 21, 2 over. 2 and 1 are 3. So we've got 313 and we have to take that away from 360. We'll do a little bit of exchange. 10 take away 3 is 7. 5 take away 1 is 4. 3 take away 3 is 0. Angle X is 47 degrees. An isosceles triangle has one angle of 100 degrees. Tick the correct box to show whether each statement is true or false. Okay, well if we think of the isosceles, an isosceles triangle has 2 angles of the same size. If I say that this angle is 100 degrees and this one must be 100, that can't work because already we're above 180. So that's not going to be feasible. If I have another isosceles triangle, my top angle is 100. These bottom 2 angles must be the same size, so they must be 40 and 40. Let's look at statements now. Another angle could be 100 degrees. Well, that's false because it's going to bring us above the 180. And remember, angles in a triangle add up to 180. Another angle could be 85. Again, false. It brings you above 180. Another angle could be 40. True. We've just drawn it out. Another angle could be 136 degrees. False. Again, because it brings you above 180. The shape below is made by placing an equilateral triangle on top of a rectangle. What is the size of the angle marked X? So we have an equilateral triangle on top of a rectangle. In an equilateral triangle, all the angles are the same size. They're all 60 degrees. 60, 60, 60. 3 60s making 180. In my rectangle, they're all right angles. Right angles. And each of my right angles is 90 degrees. So my final step then is just simply to add 60 and 90, giving me the size of that angle X, which is 150 degrees. Look at the quadrilateral below. We've got D, A, B, C angles all listed. If angle A is added to angle D, what type of angle would this be? Okay, so we're imagining that we're adding angle D and angle A. So we're going to add these top two angles. And what would that produce? Well, it's not going to produce a right angle because it's going to be above 90 degrees. It's not going to produce an acute angle because acute angles are less than 90 degrees. So we're interested in the last two, a reflex or an obtuse angle. Well, looking at angle D, I can tell that it's greater than 90 degrees. So whatever number I add to that angle A, I'm going to get a number greater than 180 degrees. So it has to be a reflex angle because an obtuse angle can't go above 180 degrees. Look at the triangle and quadrilateral below. We've got angle A unknown in our triangle and angle B unknown in a quadrilateral. What's the difference in degrees between angle A and B? Okay, so we know that the angles all total 180. And we know that in a quadrilateral, the angles all total 160. Okay, I'd like you now to take the opportunity to work out the answer. So find angle A, find angle B, and work out the difference between them, then come back and see if you got it correct. Let's work out angle A first. It's going to be 180, and I have to take away 48, the 24 plus the 24. Oh, that is subtraction. A little bit of exchange to begin with. So 10 take away 8 is 2, 7 take away 4 is 3. I've got 132 degrees for angle A. Angle B then, we have 360, and we have to take away the total of the angles that we are already given. So 90 and 90 is 180. 180 plus 34, which gives you 214. And you subtract those two. 0 take away 4 we cannot do, so again some exchange. 10 take away 4 is 6, 5 take away 1 is 4, 3 take away 2 is 1. So B is 146 degrees. And the final step is to work out the difference between B and A. 146 take away 132. 6 take away 2 is 4, 4 take away 3 is 1, and the last 1 take away 1 is 0. So my answer, the difference is 14 degrees. A dancer does 5 complete turns. How many degrees is this? Write your answer in the space below. So 1 complete turn is 360 degrees. And she does 5 of them, or he does 5 of them. So we have to take 360 and we have to multiply it by 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 and 3 over. 5 times 3 is 15, plus the 3 is 18. So 1,800 degrees. That's 5 complete turns. A triangle has an angle of 90 degrees. Tick each statement true or false. First statement then, the triangle could be a right angle triangle. Okay, well let's imagine if we have a right angle triangle, we're told that one of the angles is, one we know is 90, one is 70. 90 plus 70 is 160. So feasibly this could be another 20 degrees, so that could be true. The next one, the triangle could be an isosceles. So we draw ourselves an isosceles. One angle is 70, the other angle is 70, which leaves us 40 degrees, so true again, it could be an isosceles. The triangle could be a scalene triangle. So if one of them is 70, let's make one 30, and that would leave 80 degrees. So yes, it could be true because they're all different. And the last one, the other angles could be 30, 50 degrees. Well, We draw a triangle again. If you've got 70 and 50 and 30, well, they add up to 150. So that has to be false because the angles in a triangle must add up to 180. Look at the clock below. The time is 4 o'clock. What is the obtuse angle between the hands of the clock? So we're interested in this obtuse angle. So can you remember earlier in the size of the degrees, the size between the numbers? So remember we have a 90-degree angle. If you imagine here, it's been split into 3. So each section is 30 degrees. So to calculate our answer then, we're interested in the gap between the two hands of the clock. So we have 30 degrees, another 30, another 30, and another 30. So we've got 4 30s, 4 multiplied by 30, so our answer is 120 degrees. Look at the triangle below, 27-degree angle, 50-degree angle, and an angle X. You have to calculate the value of X. You can pause your video and work it out before coming back to check if you got it right. So the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We have to take away 27 plus 50, which is 77 degrees. 0 take away 7 you cannot do, so we're going to do some exchange. 10 take away 7 is 3, 7 take away 7 is 0, and 1 take away 0 is 1. Which tells me then that angle X is 103 degrees. Look at the quadrilateral below. We're given 4 angles. One of them is unknown, X. We have to work out the value of X. Remember, the degrees in a quadrilateral add up to 360. Again, you can pause your video, work out your answer, and then come back to check. Right, our first step then is to add the 3 angles that were given. 107, 73, and 47. So 107, 73, and 47. 7 and 3 is 10, plus 7 is 17, 1 over. 0, 7, and 4 is 11, plus the other one is 12. 1 and 1 is 2. And the final step, 360, which is the total of degrees inside a quadrilateral. Take away the 3 that you're given. 0 take away 7 we cannot do. 10 take away 7 is 3. 5 take away 2 is 3. And 3 take away 2 is 1. So my answer for X is 133 degrees. Look at the 4 shapes below. Here we have a trapezium, a kite, parallelogram, and a triangle. And we're given all the size of each angle within each of the shapes. Look at the 3 statements below and tick the correct box to show whether they're true or false. Statement 1. The parallelogram has 1 line of symmetry. Well, the first statement is false because a parallelogram has no lines of symmetry. Second statement. The trapezium and the kite have the same number of lines of symmetry. Well, a kite has 1 line of symmetry running right through the centre of it, and a trapezium also has 1 line of symmetry that runs through the centre. And the final statement, one of the angles in the triangle is 34 degrees. Well, let's work it out. We can see that 2 of the sides are 5, meaning this is an isosceles. So this angle down here is also 73. Now we can work out what the size of the missing angle is and see if it is 34. 73 plus 73 is 146. 180, take away 146 0 take away 6 you cannot do. 10 take away 6 is 4. 7 take away 4 is 3. 1 take away 1 is 0. So yes, indeed, the last angle, the missing angle in the triangle, is 34 degrees. So it's true. Sarah is facing southwest. She turns 3/4 of a turn clockwise. In which direction is she now facing? Okay, so let's start off by drawing ourselves a compass. So we've got our north, east, south, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. So we are told that Sarah is facing southwest. She's facing southwest. And she turns 3/4 of a turn clockwise. So a full turn is 360 degrees. She turns 3/4. So she turns 390 degrees. And she's doing that clockwise. So 1 90-degree turn, 2 90-degree turns, 3 90 degrees. So her final direction she will be facing is southeast. Look at the three shapes below. What is the total of all the angles in the quadrilateral and the two triangles? Write your answer in the space below. Well, I'm sure by now you can remember how many degrees are in a triangle and how many are in a quadrilateral. I'd like you to pause the video and to work out your answer for me. Our quadrilateral has 360 degrees and each triangle has 180 degrees. So our final sum then is to add all three numbers. 360 plus 180 plus 180. 3 zeros are 0. 8 and 8 is 16. Plus the 2, 22. 3, 1, 1 and 2 is 7. So our final answer is 720 degrees. One of the angles of a rectangle is divided into two smaller angles as shown in the diagram. What is the size of angle A? Well, we know that the angles in a rectangle are right angles. There's 4 of them. So this is a 90-degree angle. And it's been split in two. So all we've got to do is take our 90 degrees and take away that 26 degrees to work out the size of angle A. 0 take away 6 you cannot do. 10 take away 6 is 4. 8 take away 2 is 6. Angle A, 64 degrees. A spinning top spins through 2 revolutions. How many degrees does it spin through? So spinning top spins through 2 revolutions. So it's just simply 360 degrees, and there is 2 of them. 720 degrees. Subtract 2 complete turns from 730 degrees. Well, 1 complete turn is 360 degrees. 2 of them is 720. You have to take it from 730, so the difference is 10.